Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Bismillah, alhamdulillah, wa salatu wa salamu ala rasulillah wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa man wala. My dear brothers and sisters, when you study hadith terminology, you will find emphasize about studying the history. And they said, لما كثر الكذب في الناس استعملنا لهم التاريخ. When the lies widely spread, we used the history. What they meant from that's where time you need to differentiate and to distinguish between the right and wrong, between the truth and false, you have to go to the reference for something that cannot lie. That's something that is authentic. So you go back to the history. You go back and search and find, if this person met with the other or not. They were in the same place, so he narrated that statement or not. So something like this. That what tells you the value of studying history. It's really important. And you have seen that nowadays. Even in our current time, following news and following the newspapers and following the social media, it's almost hard to differentiate between that authentic news and information and the wrong one. Do you share that with me? It's something hard. And many of incident and major incident was built on lies. What happened at the war on Iraq, that just was a lie. The war in Libya, they said a lie. They said there's airplanes that bombing people and everywhere. Whatever they want to do, they spread lies. The first one, they believe in it and make people believe in it, and they do whatever they want. And funny, now when somebody will define history, and they say history that his story. History, that his story. What's true? Who's writing the history nowadays? They said the victorious, because he will write it from his lens and from his ways, whatever he wants to pass it to you. Now we want to go back to understand the reality. We know you need to go back to the history. I know sometimes we feel bored reading history and studying history, and sometimes say, oh, what's the benefit? Let's live in our time. Forget about the past. No. You cannot improve your time and your future without learning from the past. You need to go back to the roots of the conflict and of the problem in order to understand how you can solve it and how you understand in a better way. Do not just look at what's happened, for example, in Gaza lately, where Gaza bombing, the borders and the borders bombed. It's not the point. Why not going back 100 years to see how that started? How's going back even before that 100 years? And you will understand the situations. You will understand the reality. We need to study history because we have a short memory. We do. We do have a short memory. And we tend to forget. So we need to remind ourselves about the history of the conflict in order to understand that conflict and how you resolve it. Sometimes we wonder why the West, they have that views and they are not following the right direction and they support the oppressor. That's what we do. We say, yes? We said the West, like in UK, you look at their news all over, they're supporting Israel in this, state. They almost do the same. And they flow there to share with them the sympathy and empathy. And every year they transfer money to them and all of that. And even we wonder why the politician here in Canada, they have that stand. Seriously? We think that's where they supported? They created the conflict. They transferred and passed that to us. Who made all of this mess? Britain, they made it. And who flourished it and watered it and supported? You say, they did that. So actually, that's their baby. You wonder why supported? It's their baby. And their baby is growing now and making more troubles. But that baby will grow and more until he will be disabled sooner, bi'idhnillahi subhanahu wa ta'ala. So we need to educate our generations and make them study the history of the Ummah, the history of Islam, because this is part of the land of Islam. Its holiness and its blessing was given in the Quran, Al-Ard al-Mubarakah. This is wahi, this is revelations. This is part of our aqidah and our faith. So we need really to bring awareness and to study the history well. That's how we can understand the whole, dilemma and all conflict and what's going on. And we need to teach that history to our new generations to keep this matter alive. Tomorrow, after Ishaa, we are going to have something related, Gaza under fire, the history of the conflict and ways to help. We need the whole community, inshallah, to be there. Bi'idhnillahi subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to be, inshallah, after Ishaa prayer at the gym area. That's, tomorrow. After tomorrow, which is Saturday, 21st, after Maghrib prayer, after Maghrib prayer, we are going to have the fundraising dinner for Gaza. So let's, gather all what we can do, the minimum that's what we expected, inshallah. But we all gather to support each other, to show the strength, and to do something, at least when we stand before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, asking us and questioning us what we have done, at least we have an excuse. And we can have, something, even a little, that we present. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guide us all, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, be in the help of our dear brothers and sisters everywhere. Ameen. Subhanaka Allahumma bihamdik, ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu